From the depths of internet, we come to you. Bad news, good news, dead horse beating news. Even no news will stop us. We'll make news. Even if it is in dumpster fire. We bring you integrity, except when it's EA, Ubisoft, Bethesda, Star Citizen, practically all of them. Movies, shows, and other industry bullshit. This totally is not a waste of time, but it sure is. Space Waste News! And go, I guess.
Hello and welcome to Space Waste News for October 30th, 2021. Happy Halloween, folks. And look at that ridiculous outfit.
Oh.
Wow.
It reminds
You know what? I'm not going to... Go ahead.
No. I was going on plant side tangent.
I was going to say, I don't objectively hate it because I'm used to Star Citizen with the big goofy, mascot heads and everything like that. I'm used to No Man's Sky with all their helmets. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm offended by it, but at the same time, I'm not going to buy that.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't
no one
buy
should
that.
buy that until they actually put on some quality on the project that they released. But, hey, everyone values things differently, right? So it's up to you to really spend your money wherever you see fit. However, I advise against it. Instead, because I have my agenda, I recommend my Patreon because I deliver quality content, except for the streams, But, hey, there you go. Right, anyways, folks, we have some news
too early
for
to be
you
shilling.
today. Oh, yes, indeed. We do have some news for Elite Dangerous, for tech stuff, for other game stuff, and some movie and entertainment. So basically all sorts of, or the unholy holy trinity, except for the music. But yeah, mostly music industry can go fuck itself, frankly speaking. But anyways, that's a whole different fucking topic. So anyways, Pilot.
Wow. Yeah.
What's up for the news?
Well, I'm going to just randomly start off with the thing that I actually seem to actually really freaking like and you thought was complete garbage, so that we can go down a separate path where I need to mock you mercilessly. So let's start off with Hitmonkey.
Okay.
And I did put up a link. It's not to the full trailer, it's just to the 1 minute little teaser thing. If you are unfamiliar out there, Hitmonkey is a show about a monkey that is haunted by the ghost of a hitman. And he becomes a hitman monkey, hence Hitmonkey.
Okay.
And
now,
if you find no joy in that, you're a monster.
You left a crucial detail out of that. Who's making it? Or rather, from whose bowels this idea comes from.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
It's a Marvel show.
Exactly! Ladies and gentlemen.
Character...
The Marvel fanboy is coming out.
The character's a Marvel property. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd watch this even if it wasn't Marvel. You know that. It's a monkey that's haunted by a hitman and then becomes Hitmonkey. I don't need anyone's studio attached to that to instantly love it, and neither should you. If you don't, you're a monster. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I have ship interiors. Oh no! I got thrown.
Oh no!
Oh, I have ship interiors, ladies and gentlemen. Oh god. Okay. Yeah.
Jason Sudeikis is the voice of the Hitman.
Okay.
Come on.
Fair enough. No, voice acting is fine and all that stuff. No, though the interesting thing among all the weird characters when it comes to it, to both Marvel and DC. Well, DC has far more weird ones, but regardless, I never heard of Hitmonkey from Marvel's side. So that's kind of weird.
Well, no. It's he's one of those like C tier characters. You're not gonna really like get a lot out
Still,
of. But
you often hear a little bit about things, right?
well, what happens with C tier characters is that they'll generally have their own little tiny comic off to the side, their own little side run, and very few people are going to be reading it, this and that. And what happens is they run in, their storyline happens to cross over into a A-list character, and the A-list character will look up and, does that monkey have a gun? Is he wearing a suit? And you'll get like a 3-panel gag about it, and then we'll move on. And if you happen to read both, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, Hitmonkey helps save, someone from, in the main storyline from, doing something stupid or, whatever. But, it's neat little side things. You can really deep dive into a universe and,
Well, of course,
get
yeah, there are plenty of those. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
The whole draw of it though is that you go online or back in the day you stay in the comic book shop and you talk to the guys like, why is there a monkey with a suit and a gun? And they go, oh, that's Hitmonkey. You're gonna have to read his line over there. And you spent another $20 to go get the backstory of a 3-panel character. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. That kind of reminds me of DC back in the day when apparently they released one issue with an ape or something like that on the cover, and apparently it sold so well, or inexplicably well, so that DC ordered literally multiple just versions of just monkeys and whatnot else, or apes, if you will, on covers going forward, and that was a trend, or short-lived trend, I think.
There's 3 DC apes that you really want to
Kryptonite ape.
No. It's Grodd, Ultra Humanite, and Mission Mala.
What?
Mission
No.
Mala.
Oh, come on! There are so many of them. There was the Super Monkey, really. I think, as well.
No, I'm talking about like major characters.
Well, not Grodd was actually pretty interesting. So that's more or less mainstay these days, anyways, as well. So well.
Mission Mala is my favorite. He's the henchman of the Brain, which is just the bad guy's just a brain in a freaking mech, like a Dalek mech suit that rolls around.
All right.
And it's a gorilla with a freaking minigun and he wears a little beret. Fucking love it.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I know that one. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, that's also an animated show, I think. Did you mention that? Because who knows?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, okay. Hitmonkey is going to be an animated show, obviously. I would highly recommend it. I think it's going to be... the animation looks like garbage, but who the fuck cares? That premise is amazing.
No, the animation looks passable. It really is. It's anime style passable stuff. So we'll see whether or not it actually
like
brings
12 frames per second.
Yeah, that is true. That's animation on trees. It was even in trailer. The action scenes are animated on trees, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing, guys? You don't have budget for more. That's the stupidest thing.
No, but I wanted to briefly touch on how when we were talking about this pre-show.
Yeah.
How you don't have appreciation for that. You said you're too easily amused, and we were arguing back and forth whether about being easily amused and whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. And I still maintain that being easily amused is a good thing.
That is,
because at least
that is an interesting thing. I'm not sure whether or not it is a good or a bad thing. I don't know. It's on one hand, sure, yeah, it gives you joy and whatnot else, or you can find joy easily. But then when everything is so easily joyous, if you will, what actually stands out as good enjoyment, or if you will?
Okay, well, hold on a minute.
More than just that.
You know me.
Yeah.
You know me. You know that a lot of the times I'm a miserable curmudgeon just like you. But
doubtful, but okay. Well, you're certainly far more optimistic than I am. Yes.
Well, I this is kind of my base level. If I get any worse than this, then bad things happen. my point being is that I don't know. I like the ability that I can be, the down in the dumps, the worst I've ever been. Life is irretrievable. But then I see that Penny Arcade comic where, they talk about Kingdom Hearts and they merge Sephiroth and Winnie the Pooh and, he kills Christopher Robin and burns down the 100-acre wood. And I laugh. I can't not laugh. And that's again how we got to this conversation.
Yeah.
Yamix, and this is what I'm talking to the audience here. Yamix does not know who Sephiroth was. Yes, all 44
people are shocked. Everyone's just panicking.
I know.
It's widespread panic, pandemonium, ladies and gentlemen.
And in all seriousness, how do you not know who Sephiroth is? He's one of the most iconic villains of our entire what the hell's that term? The cultural zeitgeist. How?
Yeah,
he's been in countless games and shows. He's crossed over into thousands of things or hundreds of things.
Okay.
Seriously, this
right?
Is N64 country.
tread carefully, indeed. Well, okay. So So in order for you to stop asking, how could you not know? You have to, seek out understanding of the other person. So here's at least a little bit of glimpse within. I've talked about this time and time again about my immediate surroundings and cultural growth, if you will, in sort of a worldly, global sort of a state, right? For me, you see, such thing as Nintendo or anything to do with Nintendo was just completely alien, right? For me, the only sort of entertainment stuff I got, if you will, at least early on, was probably most popular, generally speaking, purchased TV shows that were, shittily dubbed here in Latvia, right? That aired on TV, Scooby-Doo, Powerpuff, Cartoon Network, not all of it, but some of it, right? And then there was also just video games, right? And when it came to video games specifically, since, Kingdom Hearts is, that sort of amalgamation of that whole thing. I didn't play any of the Disney games much. Actually, no, I did play some old Disney games. Aladdin, there we go, that was the one, and Lion King one, the old ones, like those.
Oh wow, the two hardest ones. Nice.
Those were super good. Anyways, right. So that was basically as much as I got from those more popular genres, if you will. Other than that, what I got to grow up was basically just a few games that either my friends had or my local internet cafe had, and that was basically just Half-Life and more popular games. Nintendo stuff was completely alien, right?
I fully understand where you're coming from. I'm trying to get you to stop saying Nintendo stuff because yes, though Sephiroth is in Smash Brothers, that's not where he's from. It's from Sony.
All right.
It's Final Fantasy.
Fine. Okay, console stuff. Look, regardless.
For fuck's sake, everyone's like, oh yeah, well FF7 is old. It's 22 years ago. It's your excuse for not knowing it. No, the fucking remake just came out like a year or two ago.
That is true. That is true.
Sephiroth is in fucking everything, dude. He's in so many games. There was a goddamn movie with him.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. So you're literally being angry right now at somebody who literally have not given a fuck about the cutesy bullshit when it comes to the Mickey Mouse Adventure crossover bullshit.
Oh my god.
It is, isn't it?
No, because Final Fantasy is not Disney. You're talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Fucking Kingdom Hearts, you idiot.
I just said that.
It's a crossover.
He's in Kingdom Hearts
there we go. Isn't it?
Okay.
Right.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You're a freaking crazy person, and we're moving on.
So
Talk
literally, somebody who has not shared your values or understanding of the world literally is weird to you, and I understand that. However, you cannot expect that everyone.
I'm American. I get to do that.
Well, fuck you and fuck your American values because they're stupid and bad. Anyways, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The world is not just that simple, that everything around you is exactly the same for everyone. You know, there are countries other than fucking America, okay? Okay. Alright, now that we've established that there is more than just your immediate circle of swamps around you, or whatever, right? Now we can move on to better understand each other, that, you know, potentially learn about each other. Yes.
Anyway, pick something else, because I'm only talking about TV.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about Elite Dangerous, since hey, you know, it's on the screen and all that stuff. So fuck it. All right. So Elite Dangerous released update number 8 just on Wednesday, I think it was. Yeah, it was Wednesday. And the update 8 promised to be more performance improving thing, frankly speaking, and let's see. No, it's not showing. Okay, let's see. So right now I'm in Odyssey. I'm of course streaming and so on and so forth, and I don't have frames capped. So yeah, you can see 90 or so. Usually it's at most at 60. So developers claimed that there were you know, performance improvements, and we saw performance improvements in these instances and so on and so forth. However, I read a little bit more of what they just sort of tried to pass through as performance improvements, and it seems that the improvements apparently that they made were to social spaces. And frankly speaking, with Odyssey, it's not the social spaces that are the problem when it comes to performance of Odyssey as a whole. It is the actual performance on the actual gameplay when you're actively doing things, because frankly speaking, when it comes to social areas, you know, hubs, blah 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 blah, 30 frames, you know, as long as it's not annoying and constantly wildly changing, it's all good. It's actually, that's not all good. It's passable at most. The important thing is that gameplay, whenever you're shooting somebody in the face or driving around or what else, is not impeded in any kind of a way. However, the problem with update number 8 was that, at least in my case, and as Obsidian noted and a few other people actually noted, that literally provided actual visual, you know, proof of the nonsense, is that update 8, oh, actually no, even before update 8, but it kind of increased the frequency of stuttering. So in update 7, before the...
Was that a joke? Was that like a meta joke?
No.
You stuttered on the word stuttering? I thought that was funny.
No. Basically, update 7 already had some weird stuttering that wasn't present when update 7 came out. However, on update 8, the existing... No, basically before the update 8 came out, on the a night before, I tested everything, right? You know, the testing methodology that I have for frame rates and blah, 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 blah. And I noticed weird stuttering, which was not there before. So, well, I figured, well, that might be something on the server side. Now, update 8 drops and it becomes a bit worse. After testing the frame rates and so on and so forth, performance-wise, at least on my testing pattern, was not improved. So, generally speaking, it's interesting that developers claim, oh, well, we improved the performance. And sorry, as an independent, you know, source, I haven't noticed that difference. Where is that performance improvement? And
okay.
Maybe social areas.
I'm going to stop you.
Yes.
I'm going to stop you here. As someone who has not played in months, who has very little interest in playing, do I need to wake up for any of this?
Nope.
Cool.
Nope.
I'm going to go back to sleep. So let me know when you're done with this.
Yeah, pretty much. So long and short in Elite Dangerous generally is that update 8, despite actually promising performance improvements or some kind of a noticeable performance improvement. Frankly speaking, in my testing, has not yielded any sort of result or noticeable result at all in the scenarios that I have. Perhaps I need to test more situations, but frankly speaking, at this point, we need to get the basics of the game going properly. Otherwise, well, just because you improve this one small area by a couple of frames, it's nothing to write home about, frankly speaking. And we need to see more, frankly speaking, more, because at this point the game is in the rut already, and then it's been half a year. How long can we wait until we actually get the product on Odyssey-wise that was promised to us? Because remember, even devs themselves, Braben came out saying that, well, on recommended spec machines, the Odyssey is not hitting the marks that we ourselves set out. I'm paraphrasing here, but basically the performance is not hitting the level that they themselves even deem acceptable. So when is that going to happen? That's the question that kind of needs to be answered. The longer it goes, the worse it gets, frankly speaking. Imagine if they released Odyssey saying, okay, it's going to be bad performance. We have to release it like this. You know, hang with us for more than 6 months, and it still won't be fixed. Would anyone fucking buy that? That's the problem, right? So yeah, even to this day, there's just no or rather, there's literally no admittance of wrongdoing, obviously, because of legal reasons, blah blah blah. But it's just it's fucking annoying, regardless. So yeah, here we are sitting.
Junior coders making your game. Anyway,
perhaps
somebody poked me on Twitter and said Update 9 is going to give us the Universal Olympic controller.
No,
that's kind of cool.
As far if I missed that, Mark, then let me know. But the only thing that Update 9 is going to bring in is the other half of the performance improvements or whatever they wanted to put in. You know, I don't fucking know. I don't care.
I can send you the link if you want.
Yeah, please do. But yeah, basically the important thing that, frankly speaking, seems to be the more attention-drawing thing is a new SRV finally is being given to us on Update 9, and information is gonna be coming. However, it's interesting that it's not gonna be the same SRV that I did leak, the Scorpion. It might be the Rhino, because well, from the looks of that one picture that they posted, it's not the same weapon placement, if you will. So yeah, we might see actually a slightly different SRV than I expected to be released first, but there you go. So that's the Update 9. Instead of actually performance improvements or actually getting the value of the product that we purchased and so very patiently have been waiting for, now we're gonna get an SRV after literal years. And mind you, multiple SRVs were promised. That was one of the things that was promised by Mr. Braben himself. If you watch my second...
All right. Hold on. Dude, I'm not going to let you do the freaking 2-hour rant. This is not a regular weekly stream. I sent you the link. I was right. Multi-Olympic controllers on the thing. Of course, they dumbed it down because they have to balance it against the rest of the thing. I don't know why. Why not just get rid of the other controllers and give us the multi-Olympic controller? But whatever. It's fine. Fuck it. I wouldn't even know about this.
Multi. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Tragic.
Weirdly, I missed that one. Huh. Well, fuck me. Anyways, yeah, there we go. Give me a moment. I'll put it on screen. Chucks. There we go. All right. So yeah, multi-Olympic controller. There we go. The multi-Olympic controller is a new module that works in addition to existing limpet control. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, allowing players to deploy multiple limpet types using a single module slot. The new controller is not intended to replace the existing dedicated limpet controllers and will be balanced against the blah 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 blah. Okay, this is immediately a fucking bullshit. This is just...
Yeah, it's going to be terrible. I don't know how it's going to be terrible, but it's going to be terrible.
The thing is, right, so because this thing is able to do multiple things than other limpet controllers is able to do, this is gonna be basically just reduced limpet amount or consumption or somehow gimped version of the other versions, making it really just, hey, you're trading the actual usability of a limpet controller for ability to do multiples of them.
What do you think? It's going to eat like 2 per shot or something?
I don't know. Honestly, at this point, I don't care. It's a really stupid idea. The problem with limpet controllers is not because, hey, we have a need for multiple limpet, deployment, which would be nice, sure, if you were able to actually deploy multiple types of limpets. Sure, that'd be nice, which they are literally bringing in here. But that was not the problem. The problem was with the fact that the goddamn outfitting is filled with crap. The outfitting menu in of itself is hard to navigate because there are multiples of the same fucking looking thing that could literally be just a limpet controller, and then you install the, version that, or type or whatever you set that you want the limpet controllers to be, deployed as. And you can only, swap it out as you go to a starport. That'd be a solution. We just need a cleaner, simpler way to install limpet controller. Because the fact is, any limpet controller, as they are right now in Elite Dangerous, actually do the same thing with the same power consumptions, with the same ammo count and blah, blah, blah. It just changes maybe a little bit of power consumption. Sure, why not? Whatever. You can change that fact as well, interchangeably in some way. But no, it's fuck that. Okay, if you need an example, how to code it, or make it, let's say.
Nope. Not a regular Elite stream. I refuse to sit here for an hour talking about fucking Elite. Let's move on. Please. Thank you. Yes?
Anyways, this is the picture of the thing. Yeah, that hold on. That does not look like the... Hold on. No. I'm curious.
Oh, there we go. I lost him again.
Just need to check one thing, but anyways, yeah, you can go for the next topic. I don't care, frankly.
So live action Cowboy Bebop looks amazing in a kind of cheesy, hokey way that it knows exactly what it is, and the fact that it knows that live action can never really do anime justice. So they've just kind of rolled with it and embraced it, and it's over the top hokey goodness, and I'm into it. I'm looking forward to it. I thought it was going to be dumb as hell, but it's dumb as hell and it knows it, and so it's fun.
I'm all in for it. Saw that. So,
did you watch the trailer? It's actually good.
I did watch it, and frankly speaking, it didn't hit the same sort of same spots as anime.
Yeah, no.
Blah blah blah. So that's the problem. You could. Yeah. Cowboy Bebop is wonderful. Right. So give me a moment. Right there we go. That's the SRV, right? That's the one that's supposed to be coming out. That's the one that I leaked, and yeah, the top doesn't look exactly the same. So might be just a rhino. Anyways, about the Cowboy Bebop, right? So the thing about
you can't do live action anime well. No one can. It's never going to look good.
No, you don't have to do that. The thing is, Cowboy Bebop in general was realistically drawn, if you will, or at least it tried to be as down to earth in some sort of a way, if you will.
Stylized realism
would be, it'd be basically on a realistic side. So thinking that, hey, you can't film it in the exact same ways is kind of a bullshit. You just need to put in a bit more effort. That's the thing. If I were to put Cowboy Bebop, or rather, if I were to put in a sort of a animation adaptation, then Cowboy Bebop would be the closest one that I would say, yes, it can be done in live action, about the same way.
Stop. Yeah. Hold on. I'll prove this to you. When I say Cowboy Bebop, what's the scene that's in your head? What's playing in your head?
The fight scene with the broom. Immediately. Yeah. That's the favorite. I think they even rotoscoped that one. But anyways, the point is, that scene, yes, with animation, you can have the micro drama with close-ups and so on and so forth far better than in real world with cameras filming and so on and so forth. That is true, but you can still.
I understand the premise. Yeah, I understand the premise of why someone would look at Bebop and go, "Oh, look, they're sitting around 90% of the time, and like 10% there's action." Well, we can't really do the action, but we could do the sitting around pretty well. And you're like, yeah, but that's not really the draw here. When most people think of Bebop, you're going to think of the swordfish cutting through the sky, and it dips its wing into the river as it goes by, and he's hunting down that guy. Or you're going to think of this scene or that scene or the amazing fight thing or the the wild adventure spots. Or occasionally you're going to think of Faye if you're laying in bed. And that's okay, but it doesn't really translate to live action terribly well. And I like the fact that they recognize this. And instead of trying to do over the top seriousness, they said, yes, let's play it serious, but really, really hokey. And just kind of roll with it. And it looks like it's going to be fun. And that's what I really want. I don't necessarily want a true to form live action recreation. I want fun. And it looks like fun. And
I don't know. It doesn't look like fun to me, exactly. Because, I don't know, characters weirdly, at least within, again, from what we can tell from the trailer, it just don't have the same sort of fun, playful, if you will, demeanor than the animation had. So
the anime is fun in the sense of, look at these cool people, and they're obviously shitty life, but it's kind of a badass. They're badasses. It's good. This is the kind of fun of let's go out with foam swords and battle armor and beat the shit out of each other on the lawn. It's a different kind of fun.
Well, when it comes, it comes. Place. We'll see, frankly speaking. But yeah, oh well. It took them long enough to actually adapt the damn thing too. Surprisingly, I honestly expected the cowboy to be adapted long ago.
Look, man, John Cho is like punching 50. We can't expect him to be doing those roundhouse kicks, okay? Let's just roll with what we got.
He's not the only actor around. I'm just saying.
Oh, joke killer. You're a joke killer.
I know.
Moving on.
That's what you get for putting in fucking referential humor, you prick.
Talk about Facebook, you jackass.
Oh, God. Okay, the big news in the world today. Facebook is Meta, or rather they renamed the company as Meta. To avoid, or rather to improve, the public perception, they're just doing the corporate thing and making a company under which the Facebook will be developed and blah, blah, blah. So it's no longer the Facebook company is going to be under the new name or a new parent company and blah, blah, blah. Basically to both appease the principle of just, hey, well, not to sully the name of other products, well, let's just split it in, this bigger company, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, it's interesting that they also, or rather the community and what it else, but basically the world, I've noticed a few Facebook, or, well, now called Meta's new products, like the Watch, I think it was, and the Oculus Quest 2 and a few other fucking things. Oh wait, no, I think there was another VR headset that they were working on. But basically, some interesting leaks have come out and so on and so forth. So, yeah, it's a corporate move with additional little side notes, essentially. And frankly speaking, it's interesting that there was this one company, I don't remember the name, that actually had exactly the same logo as Meta now has. Oh boy, it's interesting how simple yet corruptly, incompetently they've literally sharted it out.
I didn't actually. I just did the reverse image search. I didn't see it, so I'd have to get a link to it. But I like how most of the news outlets are like, "Hey, the Oculus doesn't require a Facebook login anymore. Hooray!" It still requires a Meta login, you fucking morons.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. What the hell
It's
is wrong with you?
renamed so slightly differently. Congratulations, pat on the back,
Jesus.
buddy. You've fallen for it. You've been bamboozled, buddy.
Are we really that stupid?
Well,
Really?
hey, we're talking about most likely Americas, so I'd say look in the mirror and tell me.
Oh. Anyway, you know what? I'm not even going to argue with you. I've run into far too many dumbass motherfuckers lately. Whatever, it's fine. Moving on. The joke is the thing is that I don't understand why they're doing this. I got why Google did it. Why they broke off and made Alphabet and then put Google underneath it. It was so that they could manage their other projects.
Also,
like
they wanted to remove the slogan of "Don't be evil."
Yeah, that too. Yeah, but it was to basically play administrator over X Labs and the various companies they were acquiring and moving and making it into a proper conglomerate. So you didn't have to say that, oh, well, we're not really a search engine company anymore. What the fuck are we? All right, we'll just split off and make it into a proper thing. That makes sense. But Facebook expanding into what? Doesn't make sense.
Well, they are a hardware company too now with Oculus stuff as well, so it's not that outlandish, but yeah.
I don't know, and just I personally am disgusted. I think it's stupid. Most like everyone else, I think Zuckerberg was probably eaten by one of his computers and replaced by a synthetic. But aside from that, does anybody want this?
Well, clearly not. They're doing it for multiple corporate reasons, for the corporate stuff, mostly because of the allegations and blah blah blah, to not sully the name of the brand, blah blah, all that stuff.
You know corporate what I'm really shit. You know what I'm really worried about? I'm hearing whispers that there's going to be a lot of fucking crypto development with Meta. And that's going to be a big game changer, and that there's going to be a lot more movement in the crypto market. And I don't necessarily know if that's going to be a good thing. I mean, yes, yay for adoption, but it's going to be an issue. I don't know.
The crypto is a bigger topic, right? Well, generally speaking, yeah, sure, you can today buy and sell stuff, but it doesn't really act as its own currency. It acts as a intermediary, rather. We're still, using the normal currencies all over the place, but frankly speaking, we'll see how it develops and whether or not in 50 years we actually see any sort of a movement or any sort of a big support.
It's tricky, but listen, so here's a practical real world example of why the mass growth of crypto is very important. India spends the equivalent of $3.7 billion a year just paying tariffs to the banks just to send money anywhere. Okay?
Huh.
That's horrible. That's horrifying.
That is horrible, yeah.
So what crypto can do is let all of those people
that is true.
Send that money for free. Yeah, which is great. And then that person can convert it to...
No, in that sense, it indeed is better. Yeah. Though problems with crypto comes is the speculation market, especially. So,
well, that's just for the gambling side of things, and if that's always fun, but not necessarily the point. What we're getting at. The thing with Facebook or Meta, sorry, inside his metaverse, the concept of using crypto and not just their official crypto, which I'm assured is coming soon. Mm-hmm. You're going to have an entire virtual market that's, whether anybody wants this or not, is going to be a giant market where you use crypto for practical purposes, for actually buying things instead of just for speculation and investment. And I don't want that. I don't want Facebook to become the marketplace for crypto. It kind of undoes the entire point of crypto. At least an aspect of it.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
It stresses me. It's a very serious topic. It's not fun. We're not laughing. I know. I get it. But whatever. This is bad. This is terrible. Another freaking seal to the end of the world has been broken, and we're all just celebrating and laughing about Zuckerberg. So, fine, fuck it, whatever.
Right, right, let's see what else we got. Okay, we actually could talk about, let's see, some tech stuff, I guess. Right, so Intel's Alder Lake CPUs are soon coming out, and they promise to beat AMD quite a... Oh my god, the fucking thing almost... Okay, never mind. Thought that Elite Dangerous just shat itself on the docking pad and died. Anyways, yeah, so Alder Lake is coming out rather soon, and they promise to be actually beating AMD's best offering on the gaming part. Let me just quickly see whether or not I can find those slides real quick. Let's see. But yeah, overall it looks like a pretty decent gaming performance-wise. The 12th generation of Intel's CPUs might actually be, well, promising offering, if you will. There's the introduction of big little architecture as well. Oh, for fuck's sakes! Found the picture, but not big enough. Right. So yeah, just like Apple released with their M1 processors, they are actually bringing out this similar thing. Whether or not it will stack up in what was it, the multi-thread, multi-core productivity applications, the same as Ryzen does, is under question mark, but we'll see in just a few weeks. And then so on and so forth. Right, so here we go. We got a simple digestible look onto, well, what the performance improvements could be expected, at least in the specific games. It's interesting that in Crysis Remaster it's on par. Let's see, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, it's lower, but everywhere else it's higher. So the Far Cry, Hitman, Grid, Total War, Mountain Blade, frankly speaking, Mountain Blade is not the best optimized game, but hey, here we go, I suppose. So yeah, single thread performance might actually be higher than current Ryzen offerings, which is quite interesting. And innovation and indeed competition in CPU market might be finally returning. So we'll see what the results actually are, rather than what the promises are. But yeah. It's looking interesting. The price-wise, it seems to be geared to be about the same as Ryzen's offerings as well. Slightly more expensive because, hey, we're, beating here and there, but yeah. So yeah, if you're looking for new CPUs, perhaps return to Intel might be warranted right now. But I think I'm gonna stick with Ryzen still, because I do really enjoy that multi-thread performance and that productivity niceness, despite my Threadripper not being the greatest for gaming. It is what it is. So yeah, there you go. Right, so moving then on.
How about we just talk about the thing that we've been avoiding, the possibly big one? We could just kind of oversimplify it.
Oh boy.
I thought Dune was good.
Okay. Well, first thing you said to me after watching it was average. So what changed?
Okay, so the movie itself is not terribly good, but the soundscape is fucking amazing. It's such a well built and developed world that you just feel it, and that makes it very good. I mean, the story-wise, it's a little rushed. It's fine. It's whatever. But I like what they did with it. It's okay enough. Visually, it's amazing. Soundscape is fantastic, and yeah, otherwise, it's all right.
Okie dokie. That's it.
That's it.
Okay. Well, now, I definitely have to agree about the soundscape and sound design in general. It's really good. Like, every scene, every single part of the movie is just filled with phenomenal music. It really is phenomenal music. However, it leads to some scenes being, frankly speaking, silly and funny in unintentionally. Because you see, there was this one scene. I think when they first landed on the planet. On the dune, right? And the music swells and this no, not exactly super active, but noticeably more active music plays. This epic thing, as if something's about to happen, and nothing does. It's an establishing scene, and it's just so jarring. A few times in the movie, I did notice that. Immediately after this, at the start of the movie, yes, it was noticeable. Yes, they're playing super hard, the music tones left and right. It was a just wonder to listen to all of it. However,
on Arrakis,
I think it was on Arrakis. There were a couple of scenes where literally nothing happened. It was establishing shots or just simply wide shots of just the city, if you will. And the music swells, and I'm like, what the fuck? So something will happen? No? Oh, okay, that's just a scene. Okay, all right then. Well, I appreciate the music, but it was not fitting. The problem with the movie...
Go ahead.
Yes. No, come on.
I was gonna say, did you want to hear something fun?
Oh, do tell.
The main kid, Timothy Chalamet, had a freaking YouTube channel.
Yes, I was about to mention that as well. Yeah, he was apparently
awesome.
doing something. Though the question is, how big was his channel? Because, well, sure, you can say that you're a YouTuber, but a couple of thousand subscribers, sure, depending on how much effort you put in, might actually not just be, counting as being a YouTuber. Because media is so quick to literally just slap some sort of a title or label onto you, despite you actually not even thinking of yourself as such. So I don't know. Need to check that out myself.
I just thought it was interesting.
No, it's absolutely nice. It's absolutely nice. The guy is interested in technology, so that's really cool. And he was just outstanding throughout the movie, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
dude, that voice effect. Oh, that's so.
Oh
bad.
yeah, the voice. Yeah, it was really cool, really cool.
Oh.
Generally speaking, Dune was wonderful. Problem with the movie is, I remember. It's basically just a sequel bait galore. It's just a whole movie of sequel baiting. I hated that.
There's no room. There's not enough room for anyone to breathe. And the problem is that if you did make enough room for everyone to breathe and make everything the way it should be, it'd be a very boring movie. It's a slow book. It's a slow burn. And
it's incredibly so. And the funny thing is, despite it feeling slow, it was only 2.5 hours, and it felt truly like a 4-hour movie.
Yeah,
that's so many multiple plot points just going through, and you're thinking, well, what is the structure of the movie? It really felt like just multiple small stories just being strung together as a big story, and I'm just missing that 3-act structure kind of. And sure, not every movie needs to have 3-act structure, but it's super easy to understand. So there's that. Yeah. So
I will say that both Dune and Foundation have the same problem. I'd like to let their characters
Foundation
breathe
at least
a little
is
bit.
a TV show, so it can pace itself.
That's why it's more unforgivable for Foundation for me, is that,
really?
Both of them have the same problem, is that I want their characters to breathe. I want to sit in a scene and let myself be for a moment and actually develop in this world. And I can say, okay, Dune did it very well, but at the same time, okay, fine, whatever. You know what? That aside, it's good. Foundation is a TV series. You have multiple episodes where you can take your time and you're choosing not to.
Yeah, so that is true. That is true. Now that I look back, it's just, hey, we're in this big planet, and we basically just see 3 big scenes of the environment, and we're off to a small room, and then we're in this cool library, and that's just a couple minutes scene, and off to the next thing, and just, god damn it.
For what's worse is that that's only the first episode. Everything else after that, like 2, 3, 4, 5, they're all very much slow and drawn out. You get to breathe a little bit more, But that's not what I was fucking prepped for.
Yeah.
This isn't the thing I want to see. I don't care about sitting at the desert. Whatever.
Yeah, that is
still
true.
watching it, so whatever.
Generally speaking, Dune. Right. So returning to my point of sequel baiting, do you remember this movie Aragorn? If you have ever seen it. No. Okay.
Wait, is that the dragon?
Yes. The kid gets a dragon egg and becomes a dragon rider, and the movie literally is just a sequel baiting the next thing, which never came, clearly, because it was an average movie at best. And the whole movie is just almost getting... Well, it is slightly better, surprisingly paced. It has that 3-act structure, but it heavily sequel baits the end. However, Dune, throughout the whole running time, always felt with those flashbacks that either you're missing something, or that it explains something from, something that will come in the future, which it, constantly baits forward to. And the movie ends on the same sort of a tone that, yes, it will sequel, in the sequel you're going to see the things that will be interesting.
There's going to be a sequel. There's obviously going to be a sequel. They announced it officially.
And I'm happy
anyway,
that there will be, but
yeah.
It just... constantly shoving this... It's almost like watching an advertisement for an actual movie. A 2 hour and 30-minute advertisement for the next movie. Like, what the fuck, guys?
Hold on. This is really important to me, because I just felt guilty of the same thing just a moment ago. When I say sequel, that's wrong. There is no sequel. It's part 1 and part 2. It's the same movie. It's just split in half. That's it. It's not a sequel. Okay, now that's one important thing. The second is, you mentioned the flash forwards and the flashbacks and everything like that. It's important to note that the flash forwards are premonitions that might not be true, which they go into very great detail to say, hey, look, why didn't this happen the way, he thought it would, or he envisioned it would? It's because what he's doing is he's looking at all possible timelines. And the chosen one that he's supposed to be able to look at all possible timelines and narrow them down to one, so that he can collapse all the possible timelines into one solution. But he's not quite doing that. And so when he looks at when in the vision he gets where he meets up with the bearded dude, he goes, I'm going to teach you how to live in the desert, and you stick with me, you'll be fine. And then he ends up having to kill that guy. So obviously that future never happens. It's not quite sequel baiting. It's more of a story element to let you know that the premonitions that he's having might not work out the way that they're supposed to.
Yeah. Maybe so.
It's complicated. But
as I was watching, actually, there was one scene that I was both disappointed and surprisingly gratified about. So it's the night scene, right? They're running across the desert, right? And that's the big first shot of the worm, right? As it's out of the sand, not just the mouth, right? That big glory shot, and it's completely dark. I was watching in a dark room in just a screen of itself, and I could not tell the detail of it. It was just muddy images, and that was supposed to be the just glory shot of the worm, and I'm like,
well
what?
Why? When you're looking into the opening maw, right?
Yeah. It's just
that's actually that's on purpose.
You ruined it in a way, but then they had restraint not to show it in bright daylight, like at the start. That restraint is so rare, but it was ruined shot regardless, in my opinion.
Well, you're not supposed to see the detail. It's supposed to be this gaping void, this maw.
Yeah.
I mean, you can kind of see the inner mouth like do that click, click, click thing, but other than that, it's supposed to be a bottomless pit. He's looking into the void, and the void stares back, type of thing.
Yeah.
Actually, the dumbest scene for me was the absolute final scene where they're coming over the final crest and into the main village area, and someone comes by riding one of the worms, and I know it's supposed to be one of those cool moments, but it looks so bad.
Oh, Dune, what the hell? Now I get that try to hint with the previous that chick trying to lure the worm, right, and then getting killed before. It's just yeah.
Yeah.
Considering that those worms are somehow managing to dig through these sands and whatnot else, it's just you'd imagine that worm would immediately go underground, and that just no.
I will tell you what my favorite thing about Dune has been so far. The amount of entertainment writers who are writing articles like, this is just a ripoff of Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of that. There was right. So if you haven't watched Dune, basically there's the same. The problem with the Dune in of itself, the old movie or this movie, it doesn't matter really which one. It's supposed to kind of be the coming of age sort of story, but it's
hero's journey.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it, frankly speaking. But regardless,
space hero's journey with desert planet, blah blah blah, and people are fucking dumb, and so they turn around and say, "Oh, this is just Star Wars." What they don't seem to realize is that
Dune came before. Yeah.
Dune came out first.
Yeah.
B, he seriously considered suing George Lucas for Star Wars, going, "You just ripped off my fucking story."
There's the mystical, magical space wizard magics, right? Yeah, that's a thing indeed, and it really felt like a modern day Star Wars attempt, rather, because the original. Oh god! I immediately after I finished watching Dune, the current remake, I figured, well, okay, I'm missing part of the story. Well, it's a sequel to the old one. No, okay. So I figured, well, I'll watch a little bit of the first movie back in '84. It was, I think, released, right? And,
that's a mistake.
Yeah. I watch it and I see the same plot points, and I think, oh, it's a remake. Okay, well, fair enough. Let's then check the, plot points. And it's interesting that they actually managed to get quite a bit of those plot points equally, but so much better. And the old movie almost feels like a goddamn parody.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't help but look at freaking the main bad dude, the one who sits in the white
fat guy. Yeah.
It's Selvig. It's the professor from all the Marvel movies. It's what's his name? The professor from all the Marvel movies. The Selvig. What's his name? Skarsgård. Yes, Kieran Skarsgård. Kellen Skarsgård. One of those. Anyway, I see him and I'm like, that fat suit. My God, that fat suit.
And those
it took
prosthetics
6
too.
hours.
Oh,
6 hours to get into that rig. Fuck.
Oh man, it's just amazing. I old movie really feels like a parody that tried to take itself really seriously, and it's just acting is all over the place on the old movie.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Costumes,
and Patrick Stewart in there too.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh.
Patrick Stewart is there. The young Patrick. Oh, just. It's just, it's so bad.
We spent a lot of time here. We've spent a lot of time here for the last 3 minutes. We got to marathon this shit. PlayStation PC is now a thing. What does that mean?
Yes, right. So PlayStation decided
quick, under 30 seconds.
Hey?
Under 30 seconds. We got to do it quick. We're marathoning this.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, PlayStation is now making a subsidiary for their PC department and promises to support more PC titles, probably, hopefully. Give us Bloodborne, goddammit. So there you go. Because the thing is,
so that'd be nice.
Back in the day when PlayStation wanted to publish on PC, they used PlayStation Mobile. Yes. So now they're just simply making it official that, hey, this is a special part of PlayStation brand handling PC stuff.
All right.
So there you go. And I'm happy because God of War is fucking coming. I can't wait for that.
All right. Star Trek Prodigy came out at its first episode. I thought it was okay.
It's live action?
No, it's CG. It's also not for me. It is a kid show.
Oh, see. Oh,
It's
okay.
yeah.
All right.
So
I'll take a look.
I mean, it's actually I enjoyed it. I thought it was okay. And some of the characters are like a little too much for me. And I'm like, all right, fine. But again, not for me. It is a kids show, and
What
a lot of people
demographic
online
are we talking about specifically? Because there's a big difference for the
12,
kid. Okay, that might
13
actually be a
maybe.
good one. See, I've talked about this in the past. There's certain demographics for kids' TV shows, right? There's the toddlers, which is absolute garbage. Every single one of just garbage. Then there's the kids that can start speaking and learning things, and those shows teach kids about the values. Every episode has to have some sort of a message and so on and so forth. Those usually
TikTok,
actually
man.
are really good, despite the how old or young it is supposed to be. Writers actually need to take care to teach kids something, which makes the shows usually actually really good. Then there's the older kids, which can be okay or not very okay. Arguably, Avatar is in that sort of a crowd, up until literally 12, 13-year-olds, right? That sort of a demographic. And there are some really bad ones as well, so questionably sometimes. Then comes the teenage stuff, the high school nonsense, or all just school kids, and it's just no. It's just drivel, garbage, and absolute trash. And then there's the young adult and adult stuff, which is hit and miss oftentimes. But regardless,
Anyway, yeah, I get what you're saying. This is good. I think you'll like it. It's
All right.
visually stunning, but it is a kids show. They deal with some pretty decent plot points, but you can see it coming from a mile away. It's not like it's not Lost. Okay, where it's a kid
where
show,
writers
so.
literally made it up as they went along, or mystery box.
Yeah,
Kurtzman, anyone?
All right, fine. It's not. I can't think of anything that's not. You're not going to just rebuff me with a whip. So it's not the best written thing. It's not supposed to be. It's for a kid show.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Fair enough.
Discovery season 4 is coming out soon. I know you don't give a shit. I enjoy it. I'm looking forward to it. What else? Steam sales. That's you.
Steam. Oh yeah, actually, there have been some leaks about the upcoming Steam sale dates, and if you're interested, Valve have confirmed the Steam sale dates for this year as well as one for the next year. Right, so the Steam sale for autumn is coming November 24th to 30th November. So. Prep your wallets for that, and then the winter sale is coming from December 22nd to next year's January 5th. So save up that cash and get good games. I recommend actually Stalker, which I reviewed today. So there's that. Anyways, there are plenty of good games probably coming. We'll see which ones get how big of a discount, but there's something to prepare yourself for. So there you go.
Right.
Yep.
Do you want to talk about the last thing, or you just want to wrap it?
Let's see. What is the last thing? Give me a moment. Right. There's also Shadow Warrior is being delayed for 2020. So if you are looking, just like yours truly, to Shadow Warrior number 3, it's a delay, which is fine. I don't mind it. We'll see how it and what comes off it. But there you go. Looks promising, but just take your time and deliver something good rather than on the screen. Anyways.
Anyway. Folks, that's been it for Space Waste News for October 30th, 2021. Happy Halloween again. Let's hope that you're all actually doing something much more sociable and, communing with your fellow man instead of being like us and locked away and,
I don't mind, honestly, but all right then.
We'll see you next week. I don't think we have anyone to thank, but
we
sexy.
do.
Please
At the
give us
very start
money.
of the stream, Trooper did subscribe on the Twitch sides. Really appreciate your contribution there. Thank you very much so for your generosity. So y'all, if want to help out, make better content, or at least reliable content without the financial nonsense, check out the Patreon and become patrons. There are actually a couple of unlisted videos that you can watch. One of the last one was during the 10-year anniversary for the behind the scenes. You can basically see what I work on and how I work on and blah blah blah. What's my basically just living quarters for the very temporary future. So yeah, it's a little bit of behind the scenes stuff as well as a few other things. But other than that, Streamlabs for tips and all that. What was it? The Teesprings merch store if you are interested. And yeah, that's about it. All the links in the description. Take care of yourselves for this evening. And I think we'll see next week you again for some news, if there are any, of course. Well,
the news.
Yeah, indeed, the greatest news in the world. Woo! And of course, check out Pilot's channel. He needs some love as well sometimes, even though he's not making any content anymore. Damn it!
Right. Take it easy, everyone.
Take it easy. Come on, Pilot. There's one more thing you forgot.
I already said it's sexy. Give us money.
Well,
I said that earlier.
Okay.
You don't listen.
All right, fine. Well, hey, it's kind of easy to drone you out. All right, anyways.